Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion, plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, a game which we will never lose again, despite the fact that we accidentally queued as the Lost recently. Ew, Dead Onion is not bad. Wazak! The Binding of Wazak! It's like a catchphrase from a 1980s TV show. You know, the kid goes, haven't you ever heard of discipline, Trevor? And then Trevor goes, discipline? Wazak! And then the audience laughs. Anyway, there's your seed. Speed's fine, rate of fire is horrible, damage is okay, made better by the fact that we have, ew, we'll take it. Made better by the fact that we have, piercing shots. Tiny Planet is gonna put a little monkey wrench into our plans, but that's okay. Brown Nugget I would describe as a C-tier spacebar item. I don't believe this item is particularly good, but on rooms where things are taking a long time, it can do some work for us. Why take Tiny Planet on this run? Because it's the freaking Lion, Snoop Dogg. And I don't mess around. I'm a Zane doer and a mother effing handful. As Ice T said. It was the wrong ice temporarily there. It's Ice T, not Ice Cube. Kind of similar vein of music in the late 1980s, but similar does not equal the same. Hey, thank you so much for that. You can see that, as of the present moment, there's some real problems with this run. It's actually, I think it's rate of fire. I think if we can up our rate of fire, everything else is going to be A-okay. Range and shot speed are kind of like a secondary concern right now. A genuine concern, but a secondary concern. And I think with Tiny Planet, this could all sort of work itself out. But we do need a little bit of help, and, you know, we're not getting it so far from my own play. So, can you not hit this guy? Like, are you really gonna be such a jerk as to completely miss him with every shot? Give me a moon card right off the bat. Save me a bomb. I gotta remember, because I've been bad about it lately. We're shooting in the opposite direction of the enemies. So if the enemies are on our right, we shoot to the left, and, you know, vice versa. Grab this real quick. We want a strength card, potentially for a deal with the devil in the future. One thing's for certain, this run is not popped yet. We're very lucky we got HP from the boss, or sorry, from the mini-boss, because that gives me, a little bit more of a likelihood of surviving long enough to get something that makes this run... I think if this run gets a synergy that works, it's not going to be okay, it's going to be amazing. So we just need to last long enough to get there, which 3 HP plus whatever this guy gives us a real good chance to make that happen. And, you know, if you want to spin some of the negatives on this run into a positive real quick, we got lots of ample room for improvement. We could very easily improve our spacebar item. Almost any stat is useful right now, including shot speed, which most of the time is not really that useful at all. Obviously, rate of fire is the big one. Even speed is okay, and I'll take the pill. I was just gonna say, if it was a tiers downgrade, cancel Christmas for now, but Christmas is still on. And it's happening in 2 days. I'm just joking. I just wanted to confuse you into thinking that the backlog was substantially longer than it actually is. Christmas is not tomorrow, it's in 3 weeks. Did you get trolled by the second troll? In which case, come on, dude. You gotta give yourself a little, self-respect there. Hey, oh my god. This is the all-important floor. I mean, it's not your first Isaac video, probably. If it is, I really apologize, because they're not all this bad from a damage perspective. They're all this bad in terms of entertainment value, of which that, you know, there can be no doubt. But they don't always start with us having a seeming inability to do any damage to all the enemies on the screen. That's not typical. I'm like simultaneously cursed and beloving. Is that loving is probably just the word there. The brown nugget pickup here, because like without that, rooms would take 4 minutes instead of merely taking 3 minutes and 59 seconds. So I'm really thankful that they're helping me out here. And you know what? I'm actually super stoked that we have a blood bank as well, although we have to be uncharacteristically careful because our existing HP is not... I mean, it's normally pretty good, but it's not great considering we do expect to maybe take some damage on this floor just by virtue of the fact that this run is not in an amazing position right now. That went very well, though. Okay, this is a big one. We have no keys yet. Sorry, I've got to kill like 2 more enemies. I was expecting that to be a dramatic reveal of them giving me a key and me being vindicated. Please? Please? Okay, yet? We got a penny. So I'm hoping, although not necessarily thinking, that this might be our secret room. And thankfully it actually is. And we get more bombs, so we'll check our shop real quick while we're here. It's a great shop, but it is going to be a little annoying to kill these enemies. Yeah, just walk right into it. I mean, what's the problem, right? Another bomb and another key. We kind of want to use the bomb right here, because we're going to try to get that nickel anyway, and we did. So we got 2 birds stoned at once, and then if you could just be so kind as to, I don't know, walk yourself into a fire that doesn't exist, or just spontaneously combust, or, you know, deep vein thrombosis, or really anything that allows you to vacate this mortal coil without my influence is fine by me, because it's not the easiest job in the world right now to kill these enemies. They're all, unfortunately, substantially stronger than I have the damage output to support. Please, God. Just stay here. Man, that sucked. I think we would... Like, Brown Nugget is good, and I might even say necessary to some extent, but I would really like to replace it. Rage is very good as well. Now we know what we need now. We need IV bag. And I'm very thankful, actually. We shouldn't have taken that. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to be a little aggressive here. A little bit more aggressive than you might like. I'm very thankful because we got a Spirit Heart. I'll pay 7 cents for this real quiz. Real quiz? You don't use that expression? That must be a Canada thing, real quiz. We say that all the time. Like Chris Bosch, that's a real Chris. Okay. So we're looking for IV bag desperately. Either way, dang. At least this gives us an acceptable amount of damage for this floor. This is going to be one of those runs where, as of right now, I actually feel very, very confident. The only thing is, we don't have what we need, but it should be relatively easy for us to get it. Easy is not really the right word, but, you know, there's a process. It's like, you know, getting your driver's license is not easy, but it's very simple. You have to pass your driving test and, you know, get insurance, I guess, but... Okay, maybe it's not as simple as I thought. Why are the shots getting... when we pivot, like when we change direction, the shots change direction as well. It's a little strange. Anyway, we're trying to figure it out. Not being able to kill enemies quickly is like the curse or the kiss of death in this situation, because we can't reliably hit them. So we really need enemies like spiders that are fast moving to die in 1 or 2 hits. These turrets, you know, I'd like to kill them faster. See, we have a different range with one of our shots than the other. Oh my god, we finally got them in both range. This is perhaps horrendous. Thank God, although we maybe shouldn't count our chickens just yet. Thank God it appears like we're going to get... this is not going to be a second secret room. Thank God it appears that we're going to get a deal with the devil. If the deal with the devil ends up being trash, it ends up being trash, okay? But we gotta give ourselves every available opportunity to be able to grab it, because this is, substantially more terrible than I ever would have expected this run to be able to be. This early on. I think our shots don't even make it like 1 rotation around. Okay, you gotta take Guppy's head. That's not even like a contest. And, I would love to see a second secret room full of red hearts. Okay. Another example of... You know, Isaac, I just want you to know, this is why nobody but me takes Tiny Planet, alright? Because the situation's like this. You gotta meet people in the middle. Abel is not good. That red heart. All is forgiven if that red heart gives me IV bag. That's all I'm gonna say, my god. And then filigree feather, which might make deals with the angel that much better. How incredible is that? An item that, or a trinket I should say, until recently I didn't even know the name of. Incredible. So, I'm going to go very aggressively here. We basically traded our strength card for 2 hearts. It's not a good deal, but it was necessary in order to give us the maximum chance of getting IV bag, which is a huge enabler for making this run actually work. As of right now, you know, life is pain. We're not going to have 9.44 damage on our next floor. We are going to have Guppy's Head, and that's going to be an incredibly useful and reliable source of damage. But, I mean, you know, I can't really blame anybody but myself. We've done it to ourselves here, and I'm fully aware of that, you know. Sometimes people will be like, you know, they post the gif, or not the gif, but the meme of the dude riding a bike, and then he puts something in his spokes, and when he falls over, he blames someone else, even though he put the obstacle in his spokes, and then they Photoshop my face on the dude, and they go, you know, why would Hemolacria do this to me? You know, the Eric Andre meme is kind of like that now as well. But you're operating under, you're essentially making a meme-based straw man. I just want you to know that. I'm self-aware. I know that many of my problems in Isaac are a result of my own unique compulsion and pull towards the call of the void, if you will, you know, le petit mort. The seductive quality of a self-destructive item. Hey, I really need to pick up, like, some shot speed. I feel like our shots actually slow down while they're in the air, which is highly, highly bad and terrible, and I hate it. Let's talk about, I mean, we're gonna have some time here in case you didn't notice. Let's talk about some enablers on this run. Lusty Blood is an incredible choice for us. Look at the flies, like, instantly kill something. But the shots are so bad. Ah! Lusty Blood helps out a lot to give us some guaranteed damage where none exists, or little exists right now. We still very much want rate of fire increase. We still very much would like a basic damage increase. These guys are the worst, man. That's fine. I'm actually not that annoyed by that. Okay, actually, Contagion is pretty okay. I'm just gonna leave because I hate this room. So when one enemy dies, the rest of the enemies will be poisoned. And now we're starting to almost construct, like, something that appears to be a functional run. You know I'm scared because I'm actually, like, taking pills, which is something I almost never do. Well, almost never. I'm excited about doing it, at least. So we're gonna try to get a little bit more money, just, I guess, for the next floor. And the deal with the Devil Chance doesn't hurt. We have the HP necessary to take advantage of it, even if it's not high on the list necessarily. Safety cap. I don't know, dude. Maybe? Maybe safety cap's good because our feather might actually do nothing for us. We should really look it up, but kind of singularly focused on actually just accomplishing anything of value on this run right now. If I sound despondent, my verbiage is not getting across properly. I'm like the opposite of despondent. This run has the tools. It just doesn't have the... Well, it has the toolbox, but it doesn't have the tools yet. It's like we got the tutorials. You know, we're ready to make a spice rack. But we get started and we're like, I don't have a hammer. And then you're like, well, okay, I bought a hammer on Amazon, but it's not showing up for a couple days. Why didn't you just go to the Home Depot? See, I'll get out ahead of that one for you. It's 12:30 a.m. on a Sunday, and Monday's a holiday. So I had to order it from Amazon, okay? Does that answer your freaking straw man question? So we know we're gonna get there, we just have to wait, you know, it depends if you have Amazon Prime, and then sometimes it's like, tracking, it's not delivered yet, and you're like, why isn't it delivered? It said 48 hours, and, you know, anyway, you get the idea. Hey, this is a really fun room. Starting to face the fact that maybe our best option is, well, I'm shooting directly at the enemies again, let's stop that. Maybe our best option, but if we shoot away from them, the shots almost don't land in time. Please. Please. I'm starting to face the fact that maybe we want little Steven to do the work for us. Oh my god. Look, our rate of fire is so slow. I'm not sure if I can kill this guy without using a bomb. Oh, this run's not that bad. It's more like an average run by my standards. You're just not used to getting normal luck, right? Right? Anyway, this is where I put my damage, if I had any. So we're gonna pretty quickly run into a position where our deal with the devil is gonna look mighty scary. Dude, when we get like the ideal contagion payouts, life is amazing. And by payout, I mean, like, the way that it interacts, like, we can get into some really, really good stuff. I do not at all want to fight Bighorn. I think my dude is going to be highly a pain in the butt. I really am starting to get, like, warm up to the idea that, you know what the best way for us to handle this run is? Use Abel and Little Steven to do the bulk of your damage. That's a very, very bad sign. I'm not sure if you've been in the Isaac verse for a very long time, but, you know, Little Steven and Abel, not necessarily considered the best kind of damage enablers in the game. In fact, if you'll pardon my French, they might be considered real frickin' bad. But if you got no other options, you know, you ever hear the expression, any port in a storm? Normally not used in this context, but, you know, well, normally not used in this context, but any port in a storm, really. You know, it's kind of like a, I'm so meta, even this acronym. Please be dead. Oh my god. So, we're incredibly lucky. Callus is probably better for us than anything else. I don't mind fighting Krampus, because Tiny Planet is a very important enabler for us. Please, God. If we get Krampus's head, just cry. Just open yourself up to the tears that are necessary in order to, I don't know, pay the price of getting a victory on this run at some point. Hey! Okay, no exaggeration. That's kind of like the biggest thing that's happened to us on this run, short of getting Guppy's head. I will pay some red hearts to go to our purse room. And even this is horrible, by the way, but we get some money. We get a death card. We get a lover's card. Okay, it's not that bad.
The lovers.
We have death. We have two of spades. Pop two of spades. Honestly, we really want to keep this death card. Because without it, you know, we don't have a bomb. It's not a big deal. Without it, I think our odds of getting a deal with the devil just decrease quite a lot. Even though they're not going to be great for the next floor regardless. Oh my god, we're at 18 minutes on the 4th floor. Oh, and it's a flooded catacombs. Oh, you're a jerk. All things considered, though, I would actually expect, against all odds, that this run will be a little bit easier. Not this run. This floor will be a little bit easier. Because we only need one special room in order for it to start to pop, and that special room is an arcade. I think we could pop Holy Card here. Holy Card is like, hey, what an amazing card, except it protects you from literally 1 damage. There's a lot of stuff in Isaac that, you know, when you first start playing, I feel like You know, you're all excited. You're like, oh my god, look at this amazing card. It gives you a Holy Mantle for a room. And then you think about it. You're like, oh, that's one hit. It's not really all that useful, all things considered. But hey, it protected my deal with the devil right there. Kind of as anticipated. Still not in the position where we're killing spiders in one hit, huh? Any chance? Oh, we did it. That is right. Only 1/3 of this incredibly small room to go. Wow. Okay, like if you're watching this out there, never do what I do. And by the way, if you're gonna lament the loss of Zane, I do understand where you're coming from, even though this is obviously like a zany run. But it's runs like this that just kill the notion of like ever wanting to take even modestly bad items for a lot of people. You know, I'm kind of like a special case. I'm like legally brain dead when it comes to this stuff, and I'm willing to punish myself for no reason other than like, yeah, I did it and I won. And was it fun? No, not really, but it's kind of funny that it happened at least. So that's why I resent it, is like, you know, when these items are just... Like, this is not a situation where it's like, I picked up Tiny Planet and it made my run worse. This is like, I picked up Tiny Planet and it made my day worse. I'm having a good time, but I'm also kind of like, you know, I'm putting the smile on, you know? I still can't get over the... I want to use this rock as a measure for it. If I stand here, I hit the rock cleanly with 1.5... Oh, actually, that works. Never mind. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, it's this blood bank. We have to be, again, very careful. I love rooms where the enemies cluster together. Thank God it actually is a blood bank. Just play this a little bit. I want to see some red hearts. Just some assurance that the run's gonna, like, meet me in the middle, you know? I'll try. At this point, I think we have to try these pills. A Tears upgrade could, like... completely change the dynamic of this run. I'm not messing with you. Guppy's Head is amazing, and we may regret giving it up, but we may not live long enough to regret giving it up if we don't get something like IV Bag that enables us to get damage that allows us to kill enemies. So already, like, the game is making a mockery out of me, and it's giving me a great item, the dollar, when it's one of the worst things I can actually get right now. Because I really just needed red hearts. Like, I really just needed you to pay out with some red hearts, and now you're putting on airs, you know? Mind you, our damage is okay now. You know what would be also excellent now is restock. Restock would allow us to buy enough red hearts, probably, to get into a position where we could actually have a great chance. Even if we don't get IV Bag, a blood bag would be useful. Like, anything even approaching being on these lines is good. Grab this, and grab the red heart, and try the pill. I think we haven't already seen it. It's a speed up, which is good. Reroll everything. Grab the compass. Grab the card. The card is the chariot. Okay. You're gonna see a side of Northernlion you have very rarely seen in Isaac. Because this is really like... It's like chat is playing against me to some extent. And I know that you watch the... videos and the streams because you enjoy my content, and I respect and appreciate that. I understand our dynamic as, you know, content creator and content consumer. However, y'all want me to lose on a regular basis. You root for me to win in a lot of circumstances, and I'm very grateful for that. But there's also a certain contingent of people out there who are like, I want him to die. It'll be funny. And this is what you've wrought. You've wrought this run right here where I have to bust out like every possible Isaac skill just to prove that I have them. And hopefully come out with a W here. Okay, so I think we've maxed out Bloody Lust. Hey, it's IV Bag. Okay, so IV Bag is of critical importance, albeit not immediately because we already have 9 damage right now. And that's why, like, I took Child's Heart as a measure that would hopefully give me access to IV Bag in the future. Now, is IV Bag going to win us the run? Maybe, but probably not single-handedly. Also, I mean, I'm not going to act like that's all we've gotten on this floor, because we've also gotten very lucky with our shop. And also the dollar, to be fair. But we still need damage. We definitely need rate of fire. Metronome is useless right now. We definitely need a rate of fire increase. That's the biggest thing that could really, really change the dynamic on this run right now. So, we'll quickly head back to our shop. And, I mean, blank card is also incredible. I'm pretty tempted to try to make that happen. It's a tower. But, you know, for 7 cents, give me a bunch of Spirit Arts. Give me, like, blank card Hierophant, battery charge Hierophant, and then just pop Hierophant. That's a pretty nice, like, happy medium there. And we'll just keep re-rolling for now. Red Candle's also really good. And we get the map. So map plus compass is awesome. At this point, why not buy the ladder? Because we're going to get a bunch of money anyway. And, pop this, get the heck out of town. Now, Gertie is tanky, but it might be one of the best enemies for us to fight because it stays in one place. Just want this guy to die, please. And you're getting a really good glimpse of how bad our DPS is in spite of this. Like, you know, this is our maximum Bloody Lust damage bonus right now, and it took us like 10 hits to kill a nub. So... well, a fully grown nub, to be fair. Jesus juice. Helpful. We need the range, honestly, too. So, alright. I would say that we're starting to get something going here. I did skip the boss trap room, so I could use all of my abilities right here. Hopefully we're getting... I was just gonna say. And the game was very kind. Hopefully we'll get some luck out of this as well. And these are the kind of stats that can start to, you know, pivot off of one another. You can make some good stuff happen. So Demon Baby, believe it or not, I'm actually really excited to see it. Because we still have very bad damage dealing potential, you know? Demon Baby right now is like when you're taking a final exam and you're getting freaked out. You know, you're going, I don't know the answer to this, I don't know the answer to this. Then you flip to page 2 and there's a question that's like, you know, what's your name? 1 mark. And you're like, you know what, this professor wants me to succeed. I'm gonna write my name, and then all of a sudden you go back to page 1 and you're like, wait a minute, I know how to do derivatives. It happened to me once. It might surprise you, okay? But I'm historically a really good test taker. And I don't think that makes me more intelligent than the average person. I think it makes me more perceptive of, like, particular test-based language. Like, anyone who's taken a test or an exam knows, like, by reading through the entire exam, you can get answers to some of the questions that might appear on the exam. You know, it might be a question, oh, what direction does RNA polymerase go in? And then, like, later, there's a question that has, like, you know, RNA polymerase goes in the 3 to 5 prime direction. What's the first, you know, ribonucleic base that it doesn't matter. It's been a while, you know? Yeah, let's go here. But there was a situation, it was one of the first exams I ever took in university. And it was calculus. And it was like a repeat of 12th grade calculus, basically. But I was reading through the first page of the exam, and I was like, oh my god, I don't understand any of this. Despite having been to class. I'm gonna sneeze. Get ready. It almost made a liar out of me. The sneeze almost disappeared. Much like my confidence during that... and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna fail this exam. And then I found a question that was, you know, basically basic. It was like, you know, what's the derivative of 4x? And I was like, that's freaking 4, obviously. No problem. Like, what's the equation for the slope of a line? I'm like, oh, I got it. Then I go back to page 1, all the questions that were daunting. I'm like, wait a minute, I know how to answer these. And I always think back to that whenever I have trouble during an exam, you know? It's always nice, and this happens to me more often now because I'm like a nerd, but, you know, when I take a programming exam and I know how to deal with the first question, and then I just, like, rattle off the test in sequential order, I'm like, this is beautiful. But if I sometimes get confused, it's like, hey, let's organize the exam. We'll go easiest question to most difficult question, build your confidence up on the way, and, I think it's very helpful. Now, I do want to offer a certain mea culpa here. I have taken damage I'm pretty unhappy with. I still don't understand, and I must be missing maybe the impact of Dead Onion to some extent. My shots are doing weird things that I don't control at every interval. Like, they're changing speeds, directions, they're doing weird figure eights. I really have no idea what's causing this. But I do know what's causing my blood pressure to rise, and that's, you know, continuing to have a 15 rate of fire on the 5th floor of the game. I'm hoping that you'll find it in your heart to help me out here. Brownie is a terrible draw for us. This is absolutely horrendous. Because our range and shot speed are so bad, we gotta stand right next to this dude. If we stand right next to the dude, we're definitely gonna get hit. We gotta wait for the 1 millisecond period of safety. Look, our damage, I mean, this is with full Bloody Lust bonus, but our damage is, like, actually half decent in some of these circumstances. Now, I'm just gonna head down. I could play the Fortune Teller, but I don't really want the Crystal Ball. You see my conundrum, perhaps? Nah, that is, like, highly not worth it. What is worth it is, trying to make... We got a 100% chance of a deal with the devil, and then we got one guppy item already. So, you know, my brain's worming its way through, like, these guppy percentages, and I'm looking at the curse room up there, and I'm looking at the fact that we have IV bag. That's pretty bad. And I'm thinking, like, we got an okay chance to... You know, we probably got, like, a 20% chance to become guppy on this floor. I don't know if that seems too low or too high for some of you, but... I think it seems fairly reasonable to me. That pains me a great deal. To take damage like that. So we'll take a little damage on the way out, unless somehow we get... Well... We'll still take a little damage on the way out, but we tried. Alright, now I would say our odds of becoming guppy are substantially lower, but... Dude, I can't believe... Genuinely, apart from that one arcade, I've been trying so hard to, you know, really, I wouldn't say, like, rush through the run, but I've been trying so hard to do the run as quickly as possible, in the sense that, like, the longer we spend on a room, the more likely we are to take damage with this particular loadout. So, the fact that going as fast as possible has put us probably close to 15 minutes behind schedule for boss rush is horrendous. That's just, like, that's the spookiest story in multiplexes this spring. And yes, I have seen A Quiet Place. I was gonna, you know, we saw Infinity War recently. I have to point out, you know, in an era... See, a lot of people complaining about, like, theater crowds, people checking their phone. We'll talk about that on the NLSS on the regular, you know. I hate when people check their phone during a movie. And people that are defensive about it always give you arguments that are irrelevant. First off, they're like, why don't you mind your own business? Well, you're in a public place. What if I'm a doctor and I'm waiting on an important call? Well, are you? No, but what if I was? See, you're the wrong person for judging my behavior, because in one very specific subset of situations, I would be in the right, even if that's not reality, okay? Well, I have a blue light filter on so nobody can see it. Yes, they can. I'm just checking the time. Why are you checking the time during a movie? There's never been a movie... In, like, you can do the calculation before you enter the theater. Look up the runtime, look at what time the movie starts, give them like a 10-minute fudge factor for trailers. You don't need to know what time it is. If you don't have, if you got somewhere to be, don't watch a movie and not know the length of it. Just go see a night show or something instead. I got a blue light filter so nobody can see it. Yes, they can. I promise you. Anyway, just stop. It's 2 hours. Just go 2 hours without checking your phone. People have been doing it for thousands of years. I'm very much not, you know, oh, technology's rotting the brains of the youth, but, like, sometimes you do have to train that impulse to be like, you know, I don't have to check my phone right now. Anyway, I wanted to point out, my Infinity War crowd was awesome. They were really, really good. They cheered only a couple of times. I do hate when people cheer during a movie, but it was opening night for a Marvel tentpole, so I was like, you're totally open to it. If I'm gonna go see a movie on opening, like, I'm gonna go see Star Wars, and then if somebody cheers when it goes dun 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 dun, you know, what are you doing? It's opening night of Star Wars. Go on Tuesday if you don't want to get that. You know, act like you've been there before. I probably should have taken that, actually, but whatever. What I was gonna say is I was coming back from class today, and I saw a new meta in hand washing. And trust me, it's not a good one. If you know me, you know this story's probably not going to a good place. Many times, like quite frequently, many of you watching this will be in this camp, and I'm sorry for offending you, but maybe consider reworking your actions. Even in a public washroom, the number of times you will see a gentleman, and I'm being equal opportunity here, I've never stepped foot in the girls' bathroom, so I just have no idea if this applies across gender roles, but I'll go to the bathroom. You know, you'll pee. Dude will run his hands under the water at the sink, and then, like, dry them off and leave. No soap. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't really... It really seems like you're getting the worst intersection of spending time, but also not really cleaning anything. But I'll leave you to that. But I saw a new one today that made me laugh really hard. Internally, because, you know, he would have beaten me up. I told you I'm a nerd. Please, God. Put me up in the middle of that. Dude peed, ran his hands under cold water at the sink. And I know it's cold because the hot water does not work at the school recently. Because I go to school in 1800. Studying shorthand. Ran his hands under the cold water and then used his elbow to hit the paper, to hit the paper towel button or lever that you hit in order to get paper towels out of there. And I was like, there's a man. He is not really concerned about his hands being clean from the germs that may or may not have, you know, consolidated themselves on his genitals. Or on, you know, the workstation that he had just typed on for the past 3 hours. But is really, really concerned about the germs that may or may not exist on the paper towel holder, aka the thing that everybody else touches when their hands are as clean as they'll ever be. I wanted to sit him down and be like, you gotta tell me, you don't have to, obviously, but you teach me, like, explain to me, surely at times in your life you have thought this through, and you've said, this is the way I want to be now. I want to be the guy who, the video games. I want to be the guy who, doesn't wash his hands, but rinses them, but is still somehow a germaphobe. It's like, there's innate comedy to this character. I just don't... I understand the reasoning, and believe you me, I do. The reasoning of just rinsing your hands under the water, it's, well, I don't really want to go through the time to wash my hands, and my genitals aren't dirty because I washed them in the shower this morning. But then why even rinse them? Well, I want people to not judge me for not washing my hands, so I'll do the bare minimum level of effort to look like I get it, okay? Those are the reasons. I don't know if there's another reason beyond that makes any sense. Dude, thank you so much for synth oil. And we need to, I think, and we'll be content with that. I think our guppy odds have gone way up now, obviously, but we also have the guaranteed deal with the devil on the next floor, which is worth a lot. So I'm pretty happy with this right now. But to then be like, no, I'm not gonna wash my hands, and I'm also not gonna touch the paper towel holder. Why? 'Cause it's dirty. Maybe my dude doesn't need to wash his hands because he's constantly protecting them from the hazards of the paper towel holders. Maybe that's the secret right there. By the way, I can't believe... You want to talk about luck in Isaac? How about this guy never approaching us despite us being, like, so vulnerable to his actual attacks? Alright, we managed to preserve some bombs. We do have a problem with the present run, and the truly gifted amongst you will be able to see it. We can no longer use IV bag, but it's a small price to pay, hopefully. It's a huge price to pay if we don't get Guppy or something good on this deal with the devil. And if you want to get really technical, we might have gotten this deal with the devil anyway. We basically did pay a red heart container for a 66% chance of a devil deal. 66% improved chance, I should say, of a devil deal. So it's certainly there's a chance that this was the wrong decision if you go back, you look at it through like alternate timelines and et ceteras and et ceteras. And I hope you'll forgive me here, but you know, I'm also very interested in kind of bombing my way through these rooms because, you know, I usually bomb my way through, if a run is bad, I'll bomb my way through rooms on the cathedral. In this case, it's kind of the opposite. I'd be happy to do rooms in the cathedral and just accept that that's how our run's gonna look, but this is like the last floor where we have hope. We have some hope that this run could work out for us. All we need is to get something on this deal with the devil, I beg of you. Really smart dodge there. Just to most people don't have the cojones to just walk straight into a little bit of damage, but you know, that's what separates me from the other Isaac players out there is I'm not afraid to take damage for no reason. That one was for a reason, and the reason is I just can't reliably kill these guys before they kill me. Or hit me, at least. So I'm gonna play this. I genuinely, truly believe that Spirit Hearts that we get now might actually be the key to success later. It makes me want to, you know, end this run, but we got a streak to look out for. You know, we got something to prepare for. If we get... No, we don't want... well, if we get HP, somehow we might want Fish Head, but... Okay, I'm probably going to go back and play you, but... For now, no worries. Now, this dude has got to go. It's so annoying to try to hit these enemies, dude. Our range, well, it's really our shot speed, I suppose, but it's all bad. I actually kind of think that we might be having better luck because I'm occasionally pivoting to shoot with Mini Monstro. Like, get close enough for Demon Baby to hit. Like, those are our aces in the hole right now, is like our 7 out of 10 familiars. Wow. Okay, I probably won't do Delirium because I'm not out of my mind. I will take the ability to fly. It didn't cost us very much. And then we'll go back, and I'm very afraid of this run right now. I still think, you know, you might have looked at it and been like, oh, he's got Dark Bomb, he's got Child's Heart, he's got an amazing luck stat. It looks like he's going to be fine. And I would have been if I'd gotten another Guppy item or something like Brimstone or, you know, Mom's Knife, not really great with Tiny Planet, but you get the idea. Something in that camp. We're not there. We're saddled here back in the Nightmare realm, where even though you have 4.16 luck, you're never getting anything out of the Fortune Teller because the gambling mechanic in this game came out half-cocked, you know? I pray you will return an item to me. I'm just... Like, I feel like in contrast to a lot of our runs, I've given you 11 out of 10 effort for my own personal standards. So, for you to rebuke me and give me nothing is a real slap in the face. I gave you like 50 cents, and you gave me 4 trinkets and a Spirit Heart. Okay, 5 trinkets and a Spirit Heart. I'm staying corrected. And 1.5 Spirit Hearts, NL. Okay, yeah, you ain't wrong. Please, no curse. That's all I ask. No curse. Well, no Curse of the Lost was really what I meant. Now, we could get something useful here. I don't think that's bad. I think that, you know, it's probably worth it. We may need keys for the next floor. And there was always a chance we'd get something better out of that. I believe, and I'm not really going to give myself a chance to be corrected. At least not until I look at the comments later, but that's a joke. I don't believe I can play IV Bag after I'm in permanent Polaroid invincibility. I believe it'll still hurt me. Unlike, you know, like the Razor Blade, Blood Rights, maybe even. Alright, prove me wrong, game. Prove me wrong. Give me something good. Give me an opportunity to get a red chest that we do deserve. I'm always talking about how we don't deserve some of the bounties we get. We deserve this one. We put in our all on this one. We committed to the Zane. Thank you as well to Dark Bum. Dark Bum very quietly kind of putting together a case for why it's, you know, one of the best items in the game. My brain worked faster there than it's ever worked in my entire life. I placed the bomb. Wow. I can't really complain. I placed the bomb, hit it, and then went, oh no, I hit my bomb, and then went, oh, but the secret room could be there, after glancing at the map, so ended up not being horrible. Hey, Abel, why don't you shoot? I'm like changing directions, but he's not changing the way he shoots. Please. Man, okay. Well, this room should be pretty easy. I would put this run, by the way, in the train wreck category. This is a train wreck caliber run. Now, it's a fast train wreck, but is not that fast. This is what I think of when I see other streamers. Yeah, I'm calling you out, Corey. And they're like, you know, 3 hours of Isaac. They stream like 2.5 runs. And they're like, yeah, the average run of Isaac is like an hour. I'm like, are you crazy? This is such a highly below average run of Isaac. But then I watch Corey play, and he does all this stuff that has zero appeal for me as a player, but a lot of people like watching it, which is, you know, like, oh, I got Sackboy and blank card, and look at this. I created every single trinket in the room so that I could get the best trinket for this specific situation, even though mathematically it's been a foregone conclusion that I'm gonna win since, like, you know, 5 floors ago. I ain't about that lifestyle, but if you are, twitch.tv/flakblag. Hey, even if you're not about that lifestyle, and you watch people from the Northernlion Live Super Show crew, but you go, why is everybody in the NLSS crew live during exactly the same time period instead of spacing out their hours? Hey, that's a great point. I wish I had ever brought that idea up to anybody else. You should watch Corey on Twitch. He streams at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, like, basically every night. You'll notice that that is not when any of the other NLSS boys, myself included, stream. Ergo, it's like a very, it's a juicy spot, you know? Uncontested. Now, I am just having a devil of a time here. I would give us better than 50% odds of beating the chest. We got 9 lives, but we don't have the kind of damage to say that, like, if we lose 1 life, we're gonna be okay. You know, we got Bloody Lust, but again, by the time we get Bloody Lust to, like, maximum damage, we will have lost probably at least a few lives. And then you're noticing, like, tanky enemies are our weakness right now. 4.16 luck should mean that we get some chests, but that does come down to, like, a little bit of a dice roll in the end. That was really bad of me, actually. So the thing I'm most looking forward to here is, sadly, the opportunity for us to get 4 items when we go down to the chest. Most of the time we go down, and if it's 4, like, below average items, we're like, ah, whatever, boop, 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 we just won. Now we're going down there and we're like, please God, I've had 15 rate of fire since the first floor. I'm begging you for less meme items and more tears upgrades. Just the raw stats, dude. I don't care about Xanthan Gum. Just give me some vitamin B. Okay, we took way too much damage there, but, you know, that's the hypocrisy of this run, is that despite taking damage there, I'm like, I don't know how we don't take damage there. So, hey, Curse of the Unknown, that's gonna be real fun. Okay, so Nod Leaf. And, okay, Infestation 2 is amazing. And actually, the D-Infinity probably wins us the run. Yeah. Yeah. I have no idea what our HP looks like, obviously, but this looks like an absolutely awful Ludovico technique run. Sad bombs, though. Okay. And we'll get some pills and see what they... Oh, they're cards because of starter deck, I suppose. And, Shard of Glass. We're gonna do rooms. We'll still have 9 lives. I want that to be clear. So, no matter what, we're gonna have 9 lives here. And we could always reroll into a guppy item. This run... Like, this particular permutation is pretty terrible for this late in the game. But it's so much better than our previous run was. I think we have Proptosis, which makes our 5.85 damage that much more hilarious. We do have Proptosis. How? How are you alive if I have Proptosis? Like, I shouldn't have to use Ludo. Throw some sad bombs in there in the name of love. I'm tired of this run. Wanna start another one. Game. You guys like Def Leppard? I just really know that one song too, so I can't suggest that I you know. Get some damage. Reroll your run. This one sucks. Maybe the next one will be fun. Give some fire rate to me. Anyway, you get the idea. Please, please, God, why? Every single freaking... Doesn't matter. I'm just going through the rerolls right now. I know Explosivo is probably pretty good for us there, but I'm going through the rerolls because I want to get to a D4 or D100 run. Dude, our sand bombs, we're running out of them, but wow, really good dodge there. We're running out of them, but they're extremely useful. Really, like, killing a boss in one hit is amazing. That was probably the best throw I've ever done with Bob's Brain. We made a mistake. Should not hit that guy first. Oh, hitting both at once is okay. Oh my god. I really wanted the Spirit Heart. There you go. Just keep those guys as close as possible. This guy's going to give us more bombs. I don't know. Maybe sad bombs are exactly what we need in order to beat this boss. It's not like we have any other option here. By the way, if you're mad that I'm not going to fight Mega Satan, get bent. I apologize, but at the same time, if we've been watching the same run, this has been torture. Just to have the opportunity to complete this run is an incredible gift, the likes of which I didn't know if I would ever experience. So yeah, I deserve this one, no question about it. Alright. I don't know about this anymore. Stop. What a strange synergy. We're getting some real damage out of it, but... It's weird, it's like it's alternate ticks that do the damage. I don't really know what's going on here. Amazing. Inspiring. You won't believe what this guy just re-rolled a non-live bomb into. Guess Ipecac doesn't make exploding shots for some reason. That's news to me. Well, we made it. And don't let anyone tell you I don't deserve this one. That was a friggin' nightmare. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I will see you next time.